What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here, once again joined at the left pinky toe with the one, the only,
Gersh one.
and we're back at it to answer more questions in another enticing episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get those questions first. Also, my pinky toe actually does not have a nail, just so that you guys know.
I am essentially that nail.
Yes, if you guys want to support the channel and help me get surgery on that nail, you can do that by giving us a super thanks. If you do ask us a question, with that question, we will put it as a thumbnail, so you will be leading the next greater WAAAGH. Also, I probably won't use it for the operation. But this question comes from
Hank Verratti. His question is, huge thanks for all your content and best lore videos on the tube, hands down. So, you guys have talked about Slaanesh for quite some time now. Like, when will Fulgrim be the next Primarch to come? And he should be. And he was. Yeah. His question is the lore ever going to progress and give us a reason as to why Slaanesh is being sidelined? And his theory on this is that Slaanesh is doing a secondary interest to humanity, and right now Slaanesh is focusing entirely on the Aldar race. So is this why Slaanesh is being sidelined by GW? What are your thoughts?
That's a good question. So I guess it's like the main thing is Slaanesh focusing on the Eldar? And the answer to that is yes, but not because of what you're saying. The Eldar are psychically powerful beings, way more so than a human. So a normal, ordinary human, like a Krieg Imperial Guardsman or whatever, is not going to be anything compared to the most basic Eldari craft world person.
Yeah, because every Eldar born is a psyker. Or obviously every human born is not a psyker, but they do have a psychic signature, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And obviously these Eldar are such a delicacy to Slaanesh. That is why she who thirsts is thirsting for the Eldar, because they are a delicacy to her.
And in a way, they are Slaanesh's parents, because it was the golden age of the Eldar, where they went into hedonism and just like straight up evil, torturous things that birthed the god of Slaanesh, or the god of pleasure.
Right. So yeah, that's why they have soul stones, so that Slaanesh doesn't take their souls when they die. And that's the whole kind of concept for like Wraithbone constructs and like the Infinity Circuit and stuff like that. So yeah, Slaanesh and the Eldari are intertwined so much so that even in current lore, Slaanesh is trying to get into, I believe it's the Webway, and you have like the Inari and Iniad, the newest god, and they're looking for the Crone swords, and one of the swords might be in the Palace of Slaanesh. Yeah. So there's a lot of storytelling that could be told between these two factions.
And what I think is interesting is that you're bringing up a good point. Like, lore-wise, is there a way that they could explain something happening on the tabletop, or because, at the end of the day, it's a business? Sort of like when the Primaris Marines came out. The real reason is just like, so we want Space Marine players to buy new models, and we're upgrading it to be more, what is it called?
More like true to scale, more detailed, yeah.
They could have just brought it out and said, these are the new Space Marine models, and but they mixed in some type of lore bit, and that's where the Primaris Marines came out, and the whole, like, they have different, or more gene seeds and all that kind of stuff. So yes, we've seen GW do it in the past, but I don't think this would fit that whole concept of why GW is ignoring Slaanesh.
Yeah, because the Fulgrim, the new model we got for Fulgrim, isn't for 40K. It's for the Horus Heresy. Right. And they're basically revamping the Primarchs into their ascended forms. So we've got the sculpts for all the Primarchs back in the Heresy, and now they're redoing them closer to like the end of the Heresy. Yeah. So where we had a Loyalist Horus before, now we got Horus Ascended, and he's all been corrupted by chaos. Yeah. We've had Fulgrim before as a regular Primarch, and now we have Demon Fulgrim.
Yeah. So good question, and yeah.
Yeah, hopefully, because like if you look at this version of Fulgrim, I don't think it's going to change much to a 40K version of Demon Fulgrim. So I wonder what they'll do to differentiate the two versions.
That is true, and that's the first demon or ascended Primarch that we get.
Right, because all the other demons we have are Angron, Horus, and Mortarion, but for 40K, not for 30K.
Yeah, so if Horus Heresy comes out with like an Angron or a Mortarion, I wonder what the difference is going to be. Because there's a big difference between Gilman of Horus Heresy and Gilman of 40K.
40K.
40K sucks. I think it looks stupid.
Yeah, the when it first came out, everybody was like goo goo gagaing over him, but like the proportions are kind of off, and yeah.
And when you compare it to the lion, even like the lion of Horus Heresy compared to the lion of 40K, it's a little bit more of a matchup. Like they look cool. I would take both of them out on a date. If you like older men, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. With beards and who sleep a lot.
Yeah. And can shadow walk. Or no, that's the Corvus Corax.
Corvus Corax. This guy can forest walk.
Forest walk. Next question.
This one's by Arya8165. If somebody were to spend $1 million buying up thousands of Aldar models, do you think that GW would finally get motivated enough to give us new Aldar lore and Aldar models?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because money talks, and GW listens carefully for that. I think $1 million going into a specific faction all at once is definitely going to be something eye-opening to them, especially when they go into like their quarterly reviews and stuff like that. Because for a while now, GW's been doing really well.
Yeah, shit. If you give me $1 million, though, I'll kill a man. So yeah.
One question to you guys, because I've been saying this question to like my groups of friends and over at work and stuff, and it's always been giving us really good thought-provoking answers. So, would you guys eat a live grasshopper for $100? And like, you can eat as many as you want. Like each grasshopper you eat will be 100.
For $100, no. Oh wait, each grasshopper would be 100.
Yeah. Now you gotta think about them. They're live grasshoppers, and grasshoppers are pretty big. So it's like you can't just stuff them in your mouth and like swallow them. No, you gotta take like a bite or two. And obviously they're still alive, so you're gonna feel like their legs moving and all this stuff.
Yeah, for 100, I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, I want to say I want to, but I don't think I could do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
If it was 500 per grasshopper, yeah, I'll have like 10.
I mean, I feel like 100's like right on the cusp where you're like, you want to think about it, but you don't know if it's enough or not. Obviously 500, everybody's gonna try it.
That's true, yeah.
So yeah, let us know down below.
The next question is similar. It's coming from the big one. Where can I find the fire to be super duper ambitious instead of being okay with living in the hood with tons of rats, roaches, gunshots going off left and right? In your heart.
Yeah, it comes from within. And that's what every good coach does in like a bunch of movies. Whether it's like a football movie, a basketball movie, Karate Kid, like the coach is bringing out your inner fire, your inner desire to become a better you. And at the end of the day, it's all about you, yourself, and I.
And also, I'm going to twist this to 40K just because it seems like, how could I find the motivation to build my army? Well, that's like the whole pile of shame concept comes in. And the best motivating thing is to do something for an hour, even if you don't want to, and then eventually, like, the progress of doing it every single day pays off. So, like, paint your minis or work on your minis like for at least 1 hour every day if you can, or 20 minutes or something like that, and then eventually it adds up. So that's where that ambition to get rid of the pile of shame comes in.
Yeah, we got a friend like that right now.
Yeah. So it's not so much even the ambition, it's just doing it. Just go out there and start painting, start building, start getting out of the hood.
Yeah, because every now and then, like, our friend sends us little pictures of his army in various stages. And we're like, oh, that looks awesome. And he's like, thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's drive-bys every day.
Yeah.
It's all about the conditions that you live in.
That's right.
Also, big one, what if you start becoming the person to change the hood? So you don't leave the hood, but you change the hood.
It's kind of like Akon.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by Cold Iron King. With the new 40K Rogue Trader game right around the corner, you guys might have an opportunity to do some content revolving around that. Either way, I love the content. I like the casual stuff from the Greater Walls. Blessed is the Mind is awesome too, but putting in the work into something like that when you get less results does make you even reconsider bothering to even go ahead and do this type of content. Either way, keep it up.
Yeah, thank you. And that's because it's kind of a response to what we talked about last week of like the channel gets a lot of hate and everybody's like, we're the lore channel, blah, 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 blah. But all we do is read. But at the end of the day, like, no, we don't. We create other stuff. It just doesn't get attention.
Yeah.
And it's easier to hate than it is to sit there and be like, well, let's see what else these guys got.
Right. You got to turn that hate and appreciate.
Yeah, and get out of the hood.
There you go.
See, round circle. It feels like a community because it is.
There you go. There's grasshoppers flying around.
Hell yeah.
People offering you $100 per grasshopper.
I'll eat them all.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the same thing. Connor Ost says, I'm here because you guys are fun to watch. I feel... Wait, did we just read this one? No, right?
Nah.
I feel like I'm hanging out with the boys and I could listen to you guys talk for hours. You guys are silly and always crack me up while also talking about the lore. Yeah, it's fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
It's fun to eat grasshoppers with the boys.
With the boys. What do you all do with the boys? Be appropriate. Psych. Next question.
This one is by Bronx Collectibles. Just make 2 dope-ass lore videos a week so you don't burn out and put out quality over quantity. Also, you can go live and talk about other stuff like HeroClix, the other games, painting, etc.
Yeah, I like that concept. Focusing on like 1 or 2 really good lore things, because I think that's what the Luton dude does, right? Because his videos are like hours long, and sorry, it's the
YouTube.
other power hungry company. YouTube loves that. So yeah, for sure. And also like going live has always been fun, but there's a lot of editing involved to this. You guys don't know. I don't want you guys to see my pinky toe. It has no nail. Next question.
This question's by Brian BBBBB. When the lion meets Gilman, what do you think the first encounter will be like?
Probably a makeout session.
I hope so. That's it. But it's interesting because right now Dante's in control of the Imperium Secundus, which is essentially half of the Imperium. So I wonder if Gilman would give Dante the rest he deserves and have that be taken up by the lion.
Probably, like buy some CBD, like massage oil, take off his shoes, massage his little feet, just so he gets that rest.
Yeah, because he actually has a pinky toe.
Yeah. And he's not going to get grossed out when he doesn't.
Right.
But yeah, we answered that question, right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of, to an extent. Yeah, I'm just really concerned as to how a novel would be making, because like all these novels have a bunch of like war and battles and stuff like that, but like the politics and the interpersonal like relationships between Primarchs seems really interesting to me. So I wonder how can they make something like that seem enticing for the general fan base when at the same time it's like you have to talk about war and stuff like that. But it's like, well, can we take a back seat on that for just a little bit and like have these two actually catch up? Go to town, maybe like go mini golfing, go-karts.
To talk shit about the Imperial Creed and be like, this isn't what our dad wanted, and now what are we supposed to do?
Right.
Yeah. And those are the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for listening and hanging out, and we'll talk tomorrow.
That's right. As always, it's been the Sound Alchemist here with
Gershwan.
and we are out.